Hello, guys.
Welcome to episode.
Welcome to episode 5 of Ravenloft. So we are crazy doctors playing Dungeons and Dragons, crazy nerdy doctors playing Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons. So let's start with Maki. Let's start with Maki. Maki, can you describe yourself as a character? Describe yourself.
I will be playing Maki Zenith, my character. She's a 5'7" human monk, muscular in build, um, with burn scars all over my body.
And black woman.
And I usually wear a black turtleneck that's cut off the sleeves with black trousers.
Okay, sorry.
And I have a sword and a shamisen.
Okay.
Sexuality is one pa.
Blue.
She's probably bi, bro. Who knows?
How do you want to be addressed?
My name, Ma.
Okay, Maki. Okay, how about Ozzy? Can you introduce yourself?
So, hi. Hello, everyone. My name is Ozzy. Ozzy Artborn. There's usually applause after I say that. But I am, say, height na po. 5'11". Somewhere middle age, almost middle age. Half orc, pale green skin, brown eyes, and dark brown hair. I'm built stocky, pero you can see that I'm also slender compared to other half orcs. And I always have at my side my flute and my war drums. And I have an air of nonchalance and relaxed. I have a relaxed manner. And yeah. And you can see it, but concealed in my pants is a rapier in a concealed area.
We'll start with you guys. Maki. Maki is currently in midway between Waterdeep and Daggerford. So you are currently in a monastery of the Ilmater. So you came from a very sad past, diba? Right after Mai died, your sister died. You found yourself running away from your family, and then later you found refuge in a monastery. The monastery is basically run by a monk named Rakesh. He's a human on his 50s. Basically, he was the one who taught you the open hand monk technique. So for a few months, you've worked hard to the bone. You've worked your best in order to try and learn their ways. Okay, so what you found out about the monastery, basically um they worship Ilmater. So Ilmater is a patron of the suffering, patron of the oppressed, the persecuted, and he is usually called as the one who endures. So somehow I think Maki found a connection between her past with that god. Okay. So basically, the symbol of Ilmater are two hands that's bound by the wrist with a red cord. So basically, that's the symbol of their monastery. So what does the temple do? So they are located in between Waterdeep and Daggerford. So basically, this is Waterdeep, and this is Daggerford. Okay, so your monastery is right here in between the both. So basically, your temple, they house wayward travelers para sa people who lost their path in life. And you felt like you are one of those people. And then, with their open hands and with your capable hands, you're able to learn their ways. Became a monk under their tutelage. And yeah, you learn the open fist. So you're there for about pila na ka months. I don't know. For you, how many months or years have you been training there?
3 years.
3 years. Okay, 3 years. So how old are you now?
20, let's make it 26.
26. Anyway, let's go back to the story. So one night, one regular night after your training, after the night prayers, your prayers with the God, super suddenly, as you go as hours after you went to bed, you find yourself reliving what happened to you before. So you found yourself in the furnace when you were thrown by your father, along with mine. So somehow you feel helpless. So along with the screams, you suddenly hear screams. You were thinking that it's the screams of your sister, but instead you were awakened by screams. So you found yourself in the darkness inside your room inside the monastery. So what do you do?
You're in your room at the monastery.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
So, mm, I wake up and I wake up, I get my sword, and I try to find the source of the screaming.
Um, Kindly make a perception check for now. It's pitch black and you're a human.
Perception. +3.
SD? O, D20, di ba?
It's 16.
16.
With the 16, you're able to probably see black and white vision. Kanang not at the same time, makita niyo bitaw underneath the door, there is light coming out from it. So as you approach the door, pag open mo, kay there's blood everywhere sa hallways sa imong monastery. And you hear people screaming out towards the chapel. As you follow, you go towards the main hall, the chapel of Ilmater. All you see is red. Sa floor, kay puno, drenched of blood. And then, as you go to the chapel itself, you see the carnage from people you knew from the past. For the past years, you see dead fellow monks, you see acolytes, you see the priests all slaughtered. As you focus in shock, you look at the doorway and you see a man. Make a perception check to see the face of the guy who did this.
5 ra.
5. With a 5, hindi clear ang visage, but it seems familiar. It seems like this is the guy who raised you. Seems like it's your father. It looks back at you, and under the moonlight, you see him holding your master Rakesh in his hands with a blade. And then right before you react or do anything, he slits the throat of your master. And then it smiles at you, flicks his fingers, and it vanishes.
As he slit the throat of my master, I scream. I scream out, "No!" And as he disappeared, I ran towards my master. And I try to stop the bleeding to your neck while crying.
Medicine check.
Medicine check.
Uh, 6.
6.
As you approach your master, you see the carotid. It's bleeding out, and all that he could say is, "This is Barovia. He will see you in Barovia." So that's the last thing he said, and he dies.
Yeah. Does Barovia ring any bell for me?
Oh, make a history check.
You know, pag may kinisig close pa, ang mukhang ko, ang big. Bilang
What's that?
perception.
Perception?
Ay, history check.
History, no? 15.
15.
Nice. Okay. Since your monastery houses a lot of travelers, a lot of people, you've heard stories of Barovia. And although you don't know the exact location of this city, you heard that there are stories that it is located near Daggerford. So basically, towards this area in Daggerford. So it's in the middle of the night. Are you going to start traveling tonight?
I bury everyone there in the monastery and burn the monastery down before I set foot travel na.
Not everybody, right?
Ay,
The
not
good
everybody
thing is-
na dyan.
You pray that. I finished the job. Well, let's finish what we started, right?
Ay, wala. Wala na akong burn down. I just buried everybody who was dead. And then I set foot na.
So somehow, the people who are left, a few children, may mga kids, mga kid monks, mga monks in training, they were able to, with you, they were able to start burying their dead. And then they gained your respect for that. So you gathered your things and you start traveling by road towards that. So that's where your story ends for now. Okay. Let's go to Ozzy.
Oh,
Okay, so Ozzy. So as what I've sent you, you have been staying in Neverwinter. So let's go to
Yeah.
Neverwinter. So this is Neverwinter. So you've been staying in Neverwinter for a while, for a few months. Another quick question. Do you already know Hella at this time?
yeah, we basically grew up together. We
did you?
met mga siguro mga teenage years. And when I started to set out for my journey when my father died, and when she was usurped, she was young. So yeah, we just crossed paths. She tried to kill me, but she could never stay angry for long at the space. So throughout our journey, we just supported each other.
Oh. Pero ang question is, why isn't Hella with you right now?
She got lost. She has very poor sense of direction.
This was right game na to?
Yeah.
In the
If if yeah. We got separated, and I'm trying to find her.
I know Ozzy's goal is to look for story, to look for inspiration. So you yourself in the biggest city of Beirut. You're actually in Neverwinter. So yeah. So there probably Ozzy never felt this welcome for his entire life. So this is the first time that he was able to experience a lot of people, a lot of culture, like all walks of life, different races, different backgrounds. We were able to see all of them. And then living here for a while, as an entertainer, uh, you were able to gain the trust of a duchess. Her name is Morwen. Duchess Morwen is a rich elven prominent socialite, and she usually she usually employs you for entertainment, employ ka for hosting her parties. But tonight somehow she invited you to her party. So yeah, so that's it. So tonight is the party. Can you narrate what happened? Where is Ozzy right now, and what is he doing?
Uh, Ozzy is used to being the entertainment, like whatever it may be music, maybe acting. So whenever he was invited to a party, he would always think that he's there as a talent. So he's actually honored to be a guest, but at the same time, he's curious why wasn't he hired as a talent? So he want to gauge the entertainment. You know, they're up to standard, up to Aussie standards. And after I heard the story, I went out and splurged and bought my finest silks. My style is a little flamboyant, but reserved yet flamboyant. So yeah, I get cleaned up. I put on some perfume. I get ready to keep the
Wearing something different from his usual attire as he goes to the party.
yeah.
So yeah, let's just say Ozzy is already ready, and headed to the party.
Yeah.
A cool autumn breeze blows through the streets as you make your way to as you as you enter the party. You see the lady. She's seated at like the main like on the table. And as she sees you, she's very pleased, and she's like, "Oh, Ozzy, come here! I'm so
Oh,
glad you."
money. I approached the Duchess.
Oh, by the way, I have a picture of
You
this.
know, courtesy.
Okay, so basically, this is Lady Margaret. I don't know if it's- Kita lang.
Yeah, yeah. Funny kay ni ano siya, ano mo, ni yeah, right siya rin makita.
She's a
Wow.
very pretty, she's a very beautiful woman,
I was
and
thinking that old.
she is old. She's elven. She's as
Ah,
far as you know. I guess after a few months of working with her, you would you like to know how old she is? She doesn't tell you.
no, it's okay. A gentleman never asks.
So anyway, she told you now, Ozzy, start eating. Like go eat something, and yeah, you can talk to me right after you dine.
Yeah. I bow to the Duchess. Duchess Morven, thank you for inviting me. I'm really honored to be here as a guest, and thank you. I will fill my stomachs in your behest.
Your stomachs. Pwede
My
ka stomachs.
stomachs. Well,
Uh,
it's well known that half orcs have at least three stomachs.
After all, okay.
One is
You're
for
very
boobs.
funny. I do like your company. Um, by the way, at this point, make an insight check.
Inside check. A three.
With the three, you don't notice anything. So you start getting you were able at that time you were able to eat hot spicy soup. You were able to eat a tenderly cooked pheasant with a lady.
Yeah.
As it's so weird because as much as Lady Morwen is very known, everybody knows her, but it feels like her attention is more focused with you tonight. And it seems like you sense something weird about
Uh, can I look around and see who else is in the party?
her. You
Anyone I know?
on the table, she really gave you the spot. Like you are on her right side. There are a lot of guests who's talking among themselves, but she's focused with you currently
So no one I would know.
within the room.
Yeah, yeah.
Make a make a make a perception. You're looking for people, right?
Yeah, I'm just looking around to see if I know anyone, to ask about, because I'm getting that feeling that I'm being watched.
Make a perception with advantage because you know the
Their
people.
advantage? Okay. Not like that. Perception is a 17.
Lady Morwen's one of her butler Jarvis. Her butler Jarvis is staring at you. He looks very concerned.
Can I make my way to Jarvis?
Yeah,
Uh,
you go
and am I close with Jarvis? Would you say or is it like a professional relationship?
together as he plans the party, and I think you as the entertainer have been talking a lot with him. So yeah, you're close enough. And
I
he thought, Master Ozzy, what is it?
uh Jarvis, is it just me or something feels off? Something feels off about this party.
The lady. She's been out of sorts for a few days now.
Out
We've
of
been
sorts how?
There is a concern. There is a band of travelers who've been camping outside the town walls. The lady has been,
I see. And uh are there any news about these men?
well,
What what?
they are gypsies. You've heard of gypsies, right? Are you a gypsy? Were you a gypsy?
Uh what's that? Out of the game niyo or gone?
Yeah.
Uh
He has to
I
as the
I say no. I have heard from my father, but we are not gypsy descent,
well
and
actually.
I don't think there are any half orc gypsies in the world.
Oh, good.
I
Oh,
jokingly say.
anyway, yeah, that's it. Actually, yesterday the Duchess ordered several guards to scare them away, but they couldn't get the job done. So I do think that's why the lady called me because you are very charismatic. I think you might be have a way of persuading them to go away.
Me? I I'm an actor. I'm no negotiator. I mean, I can act as a negotiator, but that's it.
But as well, you are a good actor, I guess. That's why the lady looks very highly of you.
I I thank Jarvis for the information, and I am conflicted with the idea of what's gonna come because Ozzy is very skittish. I mean, no, not skittish. He's kind of weak-willed, and He doesn't want his head. He likes his head on his shoulder. So he is fighting the idea of running away,
Well,
or
actually,
maybe
these people aren't that. They aren't really. They aren't really bad people. I think they just need to be talked to.
I see. Uh well, if there's protection, I could.
You should talk to the lady anyway. I
You know what?
think
I'll wait for her to ask me. Let's not assume that that's what she's gonna do.
I think the lady is just a bit.
I would do anything for the Duchess, but I'm not gonna lay my life down. But I would, if it's just talk, then I guess I could help. If it's a fight, I'm less than useful.
A few minutes, the Jarvis talks to Lady Moore, and Lady Morwen shyly looks at you, and she feels very concerned. She approaches you with. She's very shy. She approaches you with her like sana, fan. Um, at first, and then she was like, "I'm very sorry, Ozzy. I'm sure Jarvis has told me that he already told you about the um there are a couple of gypsies with us. Um yeah, I wasn't able to keep them away. Um I don't want conflict, but I just want you to send them a message. Are you willing? Because I would be willing to pay you money for it.
But lady, when you say send them a message, is it
You just
what you think you mean?
you just have to tell them that they need to leave before dawn. Because if not, I would be forced to burn their wagons to the ground.
And you want me to say that?
Well, I'm sure you can tell them in a very kind way. I, being a lady, I need to do this for the town.
I
I'm a Dutch.
understand.
I'm a Dutch. Not just
Do I have to give my answer now?
I have the money right here. I could give you 50 gold for
50 gold. For 50 gold. Yeah,
them.
what the hell?
Right,
I'll take it.
they're just right outside. Like probably from the house, they're just right in the outskirts.
Uh, I say you have. I have. We were always in good terms, and I do not want to start soiling our friendship. And I will take this request because it is you. And don't think that I'm doing it for the money while I take the gold from her and say, uh, if I do not return, it means that I'm dead. Then yeah, that's all I do. And I down my booze and take a chicken leg and I say adieu to the guests. And I go to the talent and I say, I could have done better than that. And I just go out.
Okay, so she thanks you, and yeah, she thanks you a lot for it, and she gives you. Can you kindly roll a persuade? Can you roll a persuasion check?
Persuasion. Ooh, persuasion. That's
Good for
hmm.
one.
That's a 25.
25.
Yeah.
With a 25. And that answer and that gusto and willingness to do what she wants you to do, she gives you an extra 30 gold
Ooh.
for the
Again,
job.
Duchess, it's not about the gold while I pocket the 30 gold. It's about our friendship.
Hey, it's nothing. I'm just so happy that my favorite entertainer, my favorite charismatic guru, has came here for my behest.
I uh I say I'm sorry, I didn't hear that. Could you speak up, the Duchess, while I look at the entertainment tonight?
Okay. Are you trying to persuade her?
No, no, I'm
Uh,
just saying that to mess with the entertainers. I say, hear that? His her favorite entertainer.
You're asking her to announce it to everybody. So yeah, you
No,
have
no,
to
no.
make an.
I say, inana lang, like I say, oh, did you hear that? Her favorite entertainer. And I look at the entertainment tonight.
You just want to say that out loud.
Yeah, yeah. While looking
Yes.
at the entertainment.
Yeah, everybody was listening. They, I think, the whole party found out how good a relationship you have with the lady.
I tell her na I will get on this right away. I just have to buy some stuff from town and I'll be on my way. So what I do is from what I have in my image in my head, ang image sa gypsy, I try to buy clothes that would look so that I would look like a gypsy. I try to disguise
So
myself as much as I can.
you're going to wear gypsy clothes?
Yeah, I'm gonna disguise myself in gypsy attire.
Okay. So at this point, are you uh let's just say did one silver piece for that if you want to
Okay.
buy gypsy.
So that's all my money.
That's all my money.
Ako yung other na kwarta, no?
Yeah, for now, kana lang sa, we'll talk about it headed there or when we get there.
Yeah. Okay. Is it nighttime? We're good.
Yeah, it's nighttime. It's right after the party.
And that just said they have to leave before dawn.
Yeah. Or
Okay.
else she will burn down their she will burn down their anyway.
Okay. Yeah, so I
Or else
head there after buying and purchasing my stuff.
as the evening grows dark and you make your way towards the outskirts of the village, out of the outskirts of you're from Winterfell, no? Yeah.
Yeah.
Neverwinter. Winterfell. Neverwinter. As you go towards the outskirts, you see a dozen men and women gathered around a crackling bonfire. The folks looks like they're in good spirits, and a few of them sing and dance around the fire while the other find happiness in their flask and wineskin. You see three barrel top wagons parked at odd angles, tied to a nearby tree, raising a half dozen draft horses wearing bright coats with bangles and tassels. So basically, yeah, that's what you see. I don't have a picture for this, but
Mm.
yeah, you would imagine merriment happening.
Uh, is it like what's yung mga race sa mga gypsies? Are there any half orcs or are they all human?
They're all human.
Oh shit! So this is not gonna work. All that for nothing. But I still keep the clothes on and I try to approach as openly as possible. They don't see my weapons. They don't see they only see my loot and the gypsy clothing I have. And I try to make myself known as I go forward.
Currently, you see merriment dancing, but near the campfire, you see what looks like an old man who looks like he is probably their leader.
Is he like frail or like he's seen some war?
Make a perception check for him.
Including speed.
Yep, that's good. It's a 9.
A 9?
Yeah.
You're he just looks oldish. Yeah, you see white hair. I think I have a picture of. Oh my god. Yeah, you this that.
Wala akong makita ang tara. Okay, okay. Yeah, I see it. Yeah, yeah. Jasmine.
Ah, oh yeah, you see that guy.
Is no one approaching me as I'm approaching?
Campfire, and he's he just does this.
He sees me and I, merrily, dancing and vibing with the crowd, and I just, hey, hey, yeah. And I approach him.
Make a performance check.
Performance check. Come on. One of me. One of me. No, 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 that's okay. It's a 14.
You're not driving with the type of dance that they're doing. But muragan ilang dance kay more on Middle Eastern na murag, yeah, it looks different from what you're doing, but you look like you're having fun. And as you approach, he's like, huh, I'm very, you look like a very happy gentleman. Hello.
Hello, honored elder. I see you're having fun. I just thought that I'd join you.
Ah, I'm so glad you came here. Can you hear now?
Yeah, clear now.
You just join. This is basically always every night.
I say that's so cool. I'd like to. Yeah, I join the party. I drink. I eat. Then after probably like an hour, when the part so as the party probably starts to mellow down a little, I talk with the elder and I say, "I'm sorry I haven't been upfront with you. I was actually sent by the town, and seeing that you're all good people, I would hate for something bad to happen to you. Uh, the head of the town gave me an ultimatum, pass on to you guys that you have to leave, and if you don't, things might get ugly, and I don't want this to happen to you."
You think would be the
Threats of arson and a lot of burning things down and looking at your beautiful caravans. I would hate that to happen to you guys. Uh, but perhaps in the town over, there are more accepting people there.
way. What's
Yeah?
your
My name is Ozzy Orfor.
the orc board?
Yes, I see that you've heard of me.
No, I haven't.
Oh, I misread that.
Too
But
nice,
perhaps in
you.
the future you will.
It could be one of us.
A traveling troupe? Hmm. Well,
Nice.
perhaps, yeah, I could join you guys. I don't really have any roots in this town. And I'm actually looking for someone. Perhaps you've seen her. She's a red skin, long horns, beautiful but deadly woman. Perhaps you've seen someone like her.
Let me check.
So, yeah.
Well, I've seen a lot of women with horns, so it's very. I'm not. I'm not saying that I'm very preoccupied with a lot of women, but Could you be more specific?
Her name was Hela. Hela the Strong. She has a giant sword at her side, and her answer to everything is a grunt or her sword on your neck. It's hard to miss.
Perhaps I've seen that person. Maybe she was in our room once. I don't know. You
Can,
could come with us.
can I make
You
an
might
insight check?
take an
Should take an insight check. It's an 11.
Seems like he's telling the truth. He's seen hello one probably. He's like a smart man.
This is the only lead I have in years, so I will take this offer.
Wait,
But
are you talking? Wait, wait, I'm talking about Lady Mormon earlier.
ano siya?
Are you talking about Lady Mormon?
No, she was actually happy that you guys are staying here. It's other people, the snooty ones.
Okay, so it wasn't Lady Mormon then.
No, no, no. She was actually fighting for you guys, rooting for you guys.
A deception check.
Wait lang, deception. I should be good at that. It's a 21.
But not 20.
Not 20.
I think you're kidding me. I think it's Lady Mormon. Anyway, it's okay. It's okay because don't worry, we have no wish to make enemies of the lady. We are willing to leave.
That's
But
great.
before that, I have a story to tell you.
Oh, I love a good story.
As he starts talking into the fire.
Yeah.
So Stanimir fills his mouth with wine, and then as he fills his mouth, he spits it through the flame.
Like, "Ugh."
Oh, and then as he spits it to the flame turns orange, and then as it turns orange, it becomes green. See the fire, you are somehow engrossed with what he's doing, and you focus yourself on the fire. As they dance and sway, a dark shape appears in the bonfire's core. And he tells you, we come from an ancient land whose name is long forgotten, the land of kings. Our enemies forced us from our homes, and now we wander the lost road. Then, as you look at the fire, the dark shape in the fire takes the form of a man being knocked from his horse, a spear piercing his side. Can you hear me, right? Akan?
Yeah.
One night, a wounded soldier staggered our camp and collapsed. We nursed this terrible injury and quenched his thirst with wine. He survived. When we asked him who he was, he wouldn't say. All he wanted was to return home. But we were deep, very deep in the land of his enemies. We took him as one of our own and followed him back towards his homeland. His enemies hunted him down. They said this man was a prince, yet we didn't give him up, even when their assassins fell upon us like wolves. So you look at the bonfire, so deep in the bonfire you see the dark figure standing with a sword drawn, fighting off a host of shadowy shapes. And he continued, this man of royal blood sought to protect us, as we protected him. We bore him safely to his home, and he thanked us. He said, I owe you my life. Stay as long as you wish. Leave when you choose. And know that you will always be safe here. The figure in the dancing fire vanquishes its final foe, then dispenses in a cloud of smoke and amber. Stanimir then faces become a somber, becomes a somber verse. A curse has befallen our noble prince, turning him into a tyrant. We alone have the power to leave his domain. We've traveled far and wide to find heroes such as yourself, to end our dreadlord's curse and put his troubled soul to rest. Our leader, Madame Eva, knows all. Will you come to Barovia?
Is Barovia where you saw Hella last?
Of course. That's where Hela is.
And with my shitty inside check guy, kabalan ako. Siya, oh, okay, then take me there at once. But if I may say goodbye to my friends in this town. I mean, I've been here for 6 months. Is it okay that I say goodbye and that you won't be causing any more trouble?
Come back here and we will go.
Thank you very much. And I didn't think I caught your name.
My name is Stanimir.
Malinir?
Stanimir.
Okay. Thank you very much. I-message na sa ako, Carl, kay kaputol-putol. Say thank you and I'll be back. Stanimir. Okay. Thank you, Stanimir. I'll be back soon. And I go back to the Duchess's area and I tell her that the job is done, but this is probably the last time we will meet. And I tell her to cherish all my memories. And I'll tell her to never forget that I'm your favorite. And I go back to the troop.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, she feels very somber and sad that you're about to leave, but she's also happy that you're helping her. And then she promised you that when you return, there is a job waiting.
I am honored and I will always keep that to her word. And I say thank you for everything. These past 6 months have been such a pleasure. But I must now find my lady. And I bid her adieu.
So daybreak came, and you find the whole troop already packed up and ready to go. Standing here welcomes you into their what do you call that? In their caravan.
Caravan.
Are you coming?
Yeah. Ang image anak kay kanang sa The Hobbit. I'm going on an adventure.
Yeah, so you're bringing all your stuff and you're riding their caravan. Or are you going to stay inside?
Am I going to what? Am I going to stay inside or?
Sit beside the driver.
Probably bounce around, the beside the driver, inside, sometimes walk. No, whatever fancies me. Yeah, I'm trying to make as much friends as I can sa troop.
Okay, so as you start to travel, you travel for a few days. You find yourself you went to Waterdeep already after 4 days of travel.
Yeah.
So on the roadside, headed towards Daggerford, you see a woman walking, and she seems in distraught.
Uh, is she like? Does she look crazy?
Angry, and I don't know. Maki, what do you look like when while you're traveling or walking?
What do I look at? Okay.
You look crazy.
Nakakanag kuan. Ato.
I'm wearing a black cloak with my eyes just looking dead straight.
I go to Stanimir and say, "Hey, look, there's someone that might need our help. May I talk to her?" Caravan stop. Okay. I approach the the woman from the front so as not to startle her, and I hail her. Hello, hello there. Hi. Uh, my name is Ozzy, and it seems like you're heading towards where we're going. Where are you headed, actually?
It's none of your business.
Uh, I mean, I'm offering you a ride to the next town, maybe. I mean, we are a traveling troupe of ne'er do wells, but if you need help, you can always ask. No one's born an island, right? And you love.
No, I don't laugh. Instead, I just tell him what I don't need anybody's help,
uh,
and I move past him.
does she look hungry?
He approaches you. Oh.
Okay na.
Do you look hungry or tired or so, thirsty? Like, are you tired? Do you look tired?
I look wary.
So, may I ask where you're headed? If that's the only thing. And I say, we are headed to Barovia. If it's along the road to where you're going, I would like to offer you a ride in this caravan with the blessing of the leader. Is it along the way?
I'm headed to Barovia as well.
Oh. And when she say we're headed to Barovia, well, the more the merrier, right?
The more the merrier. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I ask if
Hello,
there's
yeah.
food water in the carriage.
I take out my wineskin filled with water. Here, you hold on to this. And I take out some dried meats from my pack. And
No,
this one's on the.
he standing here hands you a bottle of wine.
I'll take that white.
We have a wine here. There's plenty of wine here. You can drink here to your heart's content.
So I take on the offer to go on the caravan.
Okay,
One more
so
towards the caravan. I scream to the caravan.
you're so happy. Anyway, you ride the caravan and you
You
travel
take
for
my
days.
water,
I take the white,
the wineskin.
and then I eat the meat.
Ang katong dried meat na maganda. Yeah, and asa mo kagafan?
Sa back sa
so
caravan.
ay sa ano ka murag sa gawas pero kasi
Uh-uh.
I for the moment, I leave her be because she looks like she has. I know. Do I notice it? I'll make an insight check. Okay. It's a 12. Probably not. So I just leave her for now. She seems angry. When she's calmed down, I talk to her again.
Okay. Sure. I'd like to introduce some friends.
Hi. Wait
Okay.
lang.
By the way, na si
Naka-phone ako.
EJ.
Hi, EJ.
Ito si-
Hello.
and then na si Gian.
Hello,
Hey.
Gian. I think nag-play ta before. Feel ko nag-play ta before.
First time na ako mag-D&D.
Ay,
Ha?
lahi to siya.
Ay, lahi din.
Lahi to smaller to siya nga, guy.
Okay. Di
Lahi
kay
to na,
klaro
guys.
sa ano? Di kay klaro sa video. Lubat ka lang.
Love,
Kaya na lang.
Oh, nice na, nice na. Okay, ganaan na. So, this is better. Okay. So anyway, guys, Yeah, so Stanimir basically invites you inside their caravan, gives you a lot of food and drinks. So mura siyang only food and drinks. And then weirdly, these people seem very rich. They have a lot of things with them. They have gold, they have wine, basically wine. They don't have anything else but wine. And food, meats, dried meats, bread, basically to last you for a few days.
Throughout sa among journey kay I exchange stories sa mga people, trying to get some inspiration for my epic and try to learn more about their culture, sa ilang people, and especially from Stanimir.
Would you like to ask about them?
Uh, yeah, I asked like where they are actually from, where they come from.
Okay, so that's how you ask them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
forward.
During nighttime when you're camping, basically Stanimir says that they are gypsies. They travel from Barovia to the Sword Coast in order to sell their wares. They sell um, wine. They sell their clothes, stuff, garments to neighboring towns such as Waterdeep, Neverwinter, as well as Daggerford. So that's what they do.
So they're
And
like
with regards to Barovia, apparently they are the only ones who could travel through Barovia. So, as what they said, they are the only people who can go through the mists of Barovia. So anyway, yeah. So apparently they are Vistanis. Have I told you
Vistani.
they are Vistani?
Vistani.
Vistani, Vistanis. S.
And
Vistanis.
yeah.
And yeah, as what you've heard with his story, um, they are the only ones who can travel from the Sword Coast to Barovia.
Mm,
Ano ba?
okay. Yeah. Yeah, mura to murag ano ko na like I'm trying to make rapport with them. Nagnahimo siya pocket dimension. Na makasulod ka pero di ka
Okay, so with that, you start to travel, and then let's move on to the other side of the story. So you start traveling, and that's where we're going to end this side of the story. Okay.
Great storytelling, Carl.
Oh, thank you. It's been a while. I miss you guys. So
We miss you.
anyway, aw. Okay. Okay, so guys, what happened last game? So currently, you were able to survive the death house by the skin of Silvus's teeth. Silvus almost died. He felt like natangtang ang iyahang limb as you were thrown out of a doorway with swinging traps. So, paggawas, you fell unconscious, but you were revived by Tanuki using a potion. So, you just barely woke up. And basically, that's it. Okay, so what are we guys doing? So, currently, in front of the death house, mana mo sa gawa sa death house, you see a black carriage cruising through. Muna. Am crow? Hmm? Yeah, ang crow kay nagbilin siya og message. Do you want me to reread it? Okay. Hail thee of might and valor. I, the burgomaster of Barovia, sends you honor with despair. My adopted daughter the fair Irina Kolyana has been these past nights bitten by a vampire. For over 400 years, this creature has drained the lifeblood of my people. How my dear Irina long wishes, long wishes and dies from an unholy wound caused by this vile beast. He has become too powerful to conquer. So I say to you, give us up for dead and encircle this land with the symbol of good. Let holy men call upon their power that the devil may be contained within the walls of the weeping Barovia. Leave our sorrows to our graves and save the world from this evil fate of ours. There is much wealth entrapped in this community. Return for your reward after we are all departed for a better life. Kolyan Indirovich, Burgomaster. So currently, uh, you are you are currently over there. So basically, you are on the entrance of Barovia. So, approaching the village, you see tall shapes loom out of the dense fog that surrounds everything. The muddy ground underfoot gives way to slick, wet cobblestones. You see tall shapes become recognizable as as village dwellings. The window of each house stare out from pools of blackness. No sound cuts the silence except for mournful sobbing that echoes through the streets in a distance. So basically, that's it. So currently, it's around late afternoon. So about dusk. The professor is like, so let's go. Am I being the professor? Right?
I'm panting.
Oh my God, Silvas. Stop panting and let's start. Let's move. I'm paying you, right?
Nakaka-photo, di ba? And your next picture.
I told the professor to go with him. So, professor, what's the plan?
I would like to go to Barovia. I need to research about this place. I'm hoping you'd come with me.
What do you intend to do with that letter that requires a request for help?
I don't really care much about this, and he gives you the letter.
Why?
Let's look for a place for now. Let's look for a place to stay.
Yeah, that's while we're walking, I will
Like looking at Silvas, he looks very out of sorts right now. He needs he needs assistance.
while going to the village.
Okay.
Along the way, I'm going to ask the professor specifically what he's researching about.
Okay. Make a persuasion check. I don't really know you.
No,
Apparently, you were Kriv, then you were another person.
yeah, I don't know about that. Wait a minute.
Okay. I am currently in this is my expedition. I have been looking for Barovia for a while, and I believe this place is filled with the occult. And I delve in the occult. By the way, I'm a bard of coming from the College of Spirits. So basically we deal with all those dark things that you're scared of in the night. So apparently I employed a number of people and only Silvas is the one who's remaining here. Everybody else is gone. Kriv is already a different person.
Where's the other?
Don't know. You were with him before. You should be telling us where he is.
I don't know where we do. I lost the bridge.
I'm going to tell the professor. So if you're investigating the mysteries or the supernaturals in this area, Do you think that vampire is one of them?
It's obvious that vampires do exist. And I think this place is filled with it.
So you're interested in them also?
Well, it's one thing. It's part of my research
Don't
currently.
you think that stumbling into this request or laughter is a coincidence or not? Because I think if we start with this, maybe we will found clues along the way.
You know what? Apparently, they already know that we're coming. It's very weird.
Exactly. Like they're just giving us crumbs. Why not follow it? There's rewards. There's more clues to your investigation. And for me, helping other people is it's not a bad thing.
Well,
18
helping people,
plus 4.
I'd rather help my studies. I'd rather help my research. But, well, if that goes along the way of my studies, then why not?
Good results in your science.
Sure. Okay, let's go. People, come. Moves forward.
This was ano, there's a dog wearing near sa.
Oh, by the way, Tanuki, you've mentioned that you've been to this place already?
Yeah, a few days ago. Just rolled around pero
So you will guide us then.
So you know a tavern here.
yeah. And
Very good, let's go.
finally I can rest.
He walks with intense and walks and talks very obnoxiously.
And I converse in a potential.
Makita ba akong pointer?
Well,
There is a laser pointer. Amazing. I love it. Okay, so as you guys travel, move forward. So this is where the house is. So this is the Durst Manor. This is the Durst Manor. And you move forward. You move forward. You lead them to the tavern.
Okay.
Okay. So in front of the tavern, there is a broken down caravan. Or see an orc, half orc, and a human. And yeah, let's introduce ourselves. Yeah, so apparently, as you enter Barovia a while back before they went out of the house, you went in the town and suddenly the wheel of the cart suddenly broke. And Stanimir says, "Oh, Momogamo, Momogamo, Momogamo. Oh, what are we gonna do? Um, Boris," he calls Boris. "Maybe we need to fix this first before we continue moving." Uh, um, Stanimir apologizes to you guys. I'm very sorry. Stanimir looks at Maki and Ozzy. I'm very sorry. Maybe you could stay here for a while. Um, yeah,
Is there
maybe
any
you could stay here.
help?
He hails you in front of a tavern, and at that time, a couple of people approaches you as well from the back. And let us introduce ourselves. Introduce or uh
Human interaction.
yeah. So you see a number of people approach you from the back.
Are they like
Are they like
approaching us?
us?
Hmm?
Are they like
Are they,
coming
are
to
they
us?
like coming to
Yeah, they are.
Uh,
Next up.
I look at the what do I see?
Who has the highest passive perception?
Samo duha?
Pila mong passive perception?
Ako ka 11. Si Maki is 13.
I think Silvus just notices you first.
Perception
15. With the 15, you notice a couple of people first. And then as they approach, Maki notices three individuals approach. you guys see them having like issues.
I approach them.
11%.
I approach them and ask them if they need any help.
You can role play if you want. You can start.
What do I notice them or wala?
I go inside the tavern without them.
Ay, wait.
You see the woman just doesn't care, and she just goes in the tavern as if you guys doesn't exist. The
I followed her.
Wait, do I notice people or wala kaya ako naka-notice?
see wait, Samuel, can you describe yourself?
Before that, does the remaining people standing outside seems to be accept friendlier.
Well, you see the orc. He seems like a jolly guy. Obviously, jolly guy. The half orc.
Orc. So approaching the orc, you see a dragon bird, 6 foot in height. His scales are in shades of blue. There's a slight shimmer of metallic blue. It's a different kind of light. His gas he's wearing a very heavy armor, holding a shield with sword and shields on his back. But he approaches you in a very non-aggressive way and calls out, "Hey friend, you seem to be in trouble."
I look at the Dragonborn. First time seeing a Dragonborn, but I know what they are from the
No,
stories from my father.
you've seen dragonborns around Waterdeep, around Neverwinter.
Ah,
You've seen
okay. Not even everywhere. Okay. So yeah, I look at this guy. He seems kind enough, and I talk to him. Hello, friend. We are just a traveling troupe of entertainers, and we have hit a snag. We were heading towards Barovia, and our caravan broke. So we're just finding shelter for the night and trying to fix our wheel where we're at it. What's your name?
What a coincidence! I'm called Samuel. You can call me Sam. As you look at me more thoroughly, you can notice that I have my whole body is there's small bits of flesh around me, multiple flesh, different kinds of kind of blood. Like I've just been to bottle.
Oh yeah,
And,
yeah, that.
I did not notice it at first.
yeah, is that and then
Yeah, I
next
didn't
one
notice it at first. Then when I look at you, my friend, it's like you've been through a lot. Here, have a little bit of water and some dried meats. So I
you
offer him some food and drinks.
you know what? My companion referred this tavern in front of us, and I think drinking beer would be better than water. Don't you agree?
Yeah.
The professor shrugs and he's like, "Where do you come from?" Hey, by the way, the professor, he is an air genasi. Ang iyang skin is very opalescent and his hair his hair starts to murag move bitaw. So apparently character ni RB. He looks like a guy wearing murag wizard's garment pero murag flowy bright blue, midnight blue-ish ang color. So, where have you come from?
You know, guys,
Uh,
I interrupt this conversation. Why don't we continue this conversation
Yes,
inside?
let's go. So anyway, as you are you going to is everyone going to enter the bar?
Yeah. But I'm going to, is there a room in this tavern? Yeah, there's a lot.
So you see a single shaft of lights thrust illuminating into the main square. Its brightness looks like a solid pillar in the heavy fog. Above the gaping doorway, there is a sign hanging, precariously askew, proclaiming that this is the Blood of the Vine Tavern. So you see Blood of the Vine, but looking at it closely, you notice that the Blood of the Vine, the N has been scratched over with an F. So
Blood of
instead,
the
it says Blood of the Vine Tavern. So
Well,
as you
the establishment.
enter the tavern, there is a blazing fire in the hearth. There's scant warmth to the few huddled souls within. So in one corner, you see a man sitting in the bar, and in another area, you see three women, very loud and laughs very proudly. Proudly. So that's the first thing that you notice as you enter. I think they're still conversing outside, and then at the same time, the door opens. Silvus enters as well.
Yeah,
Nag-sit na ka sa table. Okay. So, Maki goes in first. So, you notice a man sitting in a tavern. You see a barkeep. And then three women sitting in one area, in one space, laughing precariously. Precariously. So, what does
I,
Maki do?
I go up to the bar and I talk to the bartender and ask for a pint of beer.
What does,
And I
by the way, for our companions, what does Maki again looks like? Sorry, look like.
I'm a 5'6" female with short black hair, muscular in build, with burn scars all over.
So nakasando siya, right?
Currently wearing a black turtleneck
Oh,
pero sleeveless with black trousers and a hood.
okay. So you approach the bar. You ask
I
for
am
a beer.
Yeah, I asked for a pint of beer and I sit down while drinking the beer.
So as you sit down on the bar, you see a pudgy little man. Um, he doesn't talk at first. Okay, you see a man. He's pudgy. He's around 40-ish years old. Um, he's tending the bar, and he is mindlessly cleaning the glasses. Marag clean siya glass, and then gibutang din niya. And then without knowing, he cleans the same glass again and then puts it again on the bar. And then he looks at you. I'm sorry, what do you want?
I want a pint of beer
Beer. I'm sorry, we don't have any beer here. We only serve wine.
and one glass of wine.
Okay, one copper piece per glass. And then a pitcher is 1 silver.
Portal. I go for the I um go into my pocket and get a piece of silver and
Okay.
smack it down on the table.
He gets the coin. He's weirded out with the quality of the coin. We don't get much of this around here. He bites it. Okay, we will take it. He gets you a pitcher and gives it to you.
I drink
And
directly from
you drink directly on the pitcher. Okay. So as you do that, the entire party starts to enter inside the room. So yeah.
We find the largest table vacant that will fit all of us.
Yeah, the professor sits on the largest table and starts scribbling on his notes.
I huddle my other companions, all see them. Let's go here, let's go here. And we order drinks if there's
Does everybody go to the table with
Maki.
No,
Maki's still at the bar.
I'm just at the bar.
yeah. Does
I
Ozzy
go with them at first, then I say, you know what? First- I go with them to the table at first, and I say, you know what? First round's on me. You seem like you've been through a lot, and I'd like to make at least your night a little better. And I go to the bar and put down a gold piece and say,
a gold?
so keep the rounds. Yeah, one gold piece, and I say keep the rounds coming. I think it's gonna be a long.
So the pudgy man mindlessly looks again, and gets your gold piece and looks at the gold piece again. This is there's a lot of very weird people coming in here. But anyway, gold is gold, and he pockets it, and gives you two pitchers of wine, red wine. Yeah.
And I bring it to the table and I say, Maki, whenever you want, you can join us.
I don't see anything.
We have more booze there.
I don't see anything.
Two is better than one. I hold the two pictures and say, two is better than one. And I go to the table.
So does Silvus join in?
No, I don't drink. I just sip.
You sit in the table. You look. Apparently, as you look at them, they look very worn and very tired. Ano na ta? Describe na ta sa other. So what does your character look like? So Tanuki. What's your
Tanuki, like this.
Madunggan ninyo?
Light brown ang skin, ang eyes dye.
Yeah.
Skin, black hair, and black beard. Serious looking siya. He wears a black na armor. Ay, di siya armor.
So you basically look at a guy na who wears all black, and he's got a cloak, and he's got beard, and he's Asian looking. He's Asian. He looks Asian.
Then,
So I'm looking at a male Maki right now.
Dito ba? When you think about it, yeah, kind of looks like a male version of Maki. And then the other guy, what does he look like?
5'10", and 5'10", and then I have butterflies floating around my ears.
So it's very weird because this man kay nasa yung mga insects na galupad-lupad all over him, pero it's butterflies.
And then I look very tired because of the recent battle. And I have black hair, pointy ears.
So
and-
basically Link but with black hair.
Yeah, Link with black hair.
Link but with black hair.
Tapos I am wearing a robe na ang radiant kay white pink thing.
Yeah, so ang robe niya kay Demon Slayer. Si
Kwan.
kita ganito?
Shinobu.
Kocho
Ah.
robe.
And I butterfly fly all around.
What does Ozzy look like again?
I think I'm still in the gypsy clothing. You know, you see a pale green 5'11", you know, moderately clean looking guy, considering he has been in the road for quite some time. His demeanor is relaxed. Yeah, he has sheepish eyes and generally always smiling. He's 5'11", not that big, and you can see he brings two instruments with him, one lute and one war drums, and yeah, that's basically what you see.
So
Usually
basically,
happens, pero he has this very calming air about him.
so for an orc, he doesn't look like half orc, he doesn't look big for a half orc. He's quite skinny. They were skinnier than our regular half.
Yeah.
So that's it. So since you've mentioned that you're wearing gypsy clothing, you notice the women in one corner also wearing gypsy clothing. They seems like they're talking about you and smiling.
I see the charm still carries around this place. Yeah. So probably I give them a glance, but I still continue with my new companions. Like I just listen to their stories. I ask, you look like you've been through hell and back. Is it okay if I ask what happened?
And after she asked, I just finished gulping this one, the beer that he gave. And then I asked,
Wala beer, it's wine.
why. And I asked, nag-give na siya sa name, no?
Who? No, nobody introduced their
Oh,
names yet.
I'm sorry. It's rude of me to not say my name. So my name's Ozzy Arkwar. Perhaps in the future you will hear of me all around the town. Uh, I am a traveling entertainer. I mainly do acting, but I can also play my lute and my drums beautifully. And yeah, that's basically it. You can call me
So,
Ozzy or Oz, whatever floats your boat.
Oz, do you call yourself a bard since you sing?
I guess if you want to put a label on it, I am a bard, but I'd like to think of myself as a jack of all trades. I can do anything.
Because I have the most amazing, entertaining story for you.
Really, as you say,
Yeah.
story. You real.
So what happened? So I ran down to them what happened. I got teleported to this very grim um basement. We thought of undead, and then that's why all of this left we see on our bodies. And we somehow survived. Some of us got their limbs slashed and cut off from their body. So all is well, I guess. So it's a fun experience for me. It's like just my these people are my new acquaintances, and our interests just light up, and they seem to be good people, and then you seem to be a good one, and that's why we're here.
So basically, the professor starts talking. We have been trapped in the Durst house for a number of days. Yeah, and I employed a number of men to be with me, but it turns out there's only one left, and he points to the guy who looks like Link. He's the only one left out of the three employees that I have. The other one doesn't even know that he's been employed. Yeah, so that's it. It's very weird.
Uh, all this time I've been furiously taking notes. Thinking about what this is a great opening act to like band of brigands. And yeah, I take notes. This is very fascinating stuff. And if you're interested, me and my companion, I point toward Maki. We've just also met a few days ago. We were in a caravan heading towards Barovia. The reason why I'm heading to Barovia is I'm looking for someone, and she has yet to tell me her story, but I think she's a good person. I'm sure she's been through a lot, but as my father said, see the good in everyone before you judge. So I try not to judge. But
By
yeah,
the
that's basically my story.
by the way, Oz, do you like um saving people? Do you like adventures?
I like reading about saving people, but I've never actually saved anyone.
Really, because
Probably help save someone.
we have a we received a request earlier. There's this lady that we should help, which because she was bitten by a vampire.
You've
A
mentioned that.
vampire?
Yeah,
Are you saying that out loud?
yeah. Then I read the letter out loud. I didn't brag. I read the letter.
Okay, so
I don't
as you
know how
do,
to tell you this, mate, but vampires don't exist.
Currently
It's a
doing.
myth.
As you do that, as you start reading the letter out loud, a man approaches you
Who are you?
and he's like, I'm sorry, I just heard vampire. Uh, can you speak slowly because this place isn't safe?
What do you mean it's not safe?
He looks at the people in the bar. It's not safe. So anyway, this guy, he's quite handsome. He looks like this. Dili na ako i-share kay para mas easier.
Is that a guy from the troop?
No, he's not from the troop. That guy,
Yeah, parang si Legolas na Aragorn.
he looks like an yeah, if they had a baby, this is what he would look like.
Yeah, yeah.
And this man notices Tanuki. He notices Tanuki with you, and he looks at Tanuki na, you're with them.
Yeah. We met sa ano sa house.
Yes, my name is Ismark.
You know each other, both of you.
Yes, he's been in this tavern a few days ago.
I remember his forgot his name.
My name is Ismark.
You're just tired.
My name is Ismark Kolyanovich.
What are you in this town? Are you soldier in here?
As of now, I am the new burgomaster,
And what does a burgomaster do?
the head of the town.
Oh, sure.
You know
Then
what?
I tell them, sir,
You could use it.
So anyway,
I say you could, and I give him a wine.
the young man, this young man approaches you and he gives you a gold, approaches Ozzy. This young man approaches Ozzy and he gives you the gold coin that you gave to the bar. And he's like, this round is on me. Okay? You drink anything tonight.
he is smart.
That's too kind. You know what? I'd like to repay that. Is there Nabay entertainment sa bar?
Well, there is an area to entertain, but it's the bar looks bleak. Like there are only four
You know
or
what?
five people inside the bar.
As I see Ozzy, I thump my shield with my sword and go Ozzy, go
No,
Ozzy.
no, before we do that, can we talk?
I look up to Ozzy.
Yeah.
Ozzy,
It's
he wants
okay.
to talk.
You mentioned vampire.
It's just my first time knowing about this. I give him the letter.
Oh, he looks at the letter. He reads the letter and he says, wait, this is very weird. This is not the handwriting of my father.
That's your brother?
Kolyan Indirovich is my father.
What a small world.
Yes.
Interesting.
My father-
Ali.
My father just passed.
So a dead man wrote to us?
I know, this is very weird.
Interesting. So
I'm-
this the woman in here is your sister then?
She's my half sister. Her name is Irina Kolyano.
So is she in trouble or not?
Yes, I have a problem. Apparently, we've been afflicted by vampires for a couple of nights now.
How can we help? I look at my numbers. We can help, right?
Professor goes towards the bar and decides to sleep it off. He goes up.
Don't worry. He's just like that, but he's a kind person. What can we do to help you? And I ask again the remaining members, we can help, right? Because I'm not the leader of this group.
You know
the
what?
professor
Seems like a very interesting story.
Yeah. I think
And
this is a,
I would like to offer my
so tell us.
what?
I mean your story.
Yes. For a couple of days now, our house have been afflicted by this vampire. I don't know if you've heard his name. His name is Strahd von Zarovich.
I observe my members if they recognize the name. There's some sort of recognition.
So I think I remember that. That I see.
Strahd, Von Zarovich. Have you heard of it? He looks at Ozzy and is Maki with us?
I'm just still at the bar drinking.
Are you
Uh,
listening?
I'm listening.
would I have read about Strahd in my, my
Make a
thirst for
history check.
knowledge?
Make a history check.
Oh, sure. History is a not one. Not
Not one.
bro.
You haven't heard of it.
Yeah.
He just says that Strahd is the demon. He has conquered this town. And yes, apparently he has been afflicting pain in our family for a couple of nights now. He's the reason why my father is dead. And that is why I am apparently now the burgomaster of the town for 2 days now.
Wait, look what is the mayor?
I don't know any. Well, out of the game, mayor technically is named as burgomaster.
Oh,
I mean, what's this? I only came here to look for a person, and you seem like a nice person, but what exactly are you wanting us to do?
I would like to ask you. You seem like a strong party. Looking at your attire, your weapons, you seem very capable. I just want my sister to be escorted out of the town because this town it's very is very bleak right now. That this town has been attacked.
Where do you want your sister to be escorted to, Barovia?
A couple of days from now, there is another town called Valaki.
Okay.
I do hope you can bring her there.
How long is the travel?
To probably 4 to 5 days from here.
Why do you need escorts for this travel? Are there monsters along the way?
Barovia is very unsafe.
Okay. Just to benefit Ozzy in his interests. Ozzy, probably you could ask this burgomaster. I think he might be informative. You can ask him about the person you're looking for. That person might be here in Barovia or might be in Balaki. Who knows?
No, I don't know kung namina siya.
Very astute of you, Samuel. Uh, here, very astute of you, Samuel. Yes, Burgomaster. May I ask if a woman has passed through here? She's muscular. She's a tiefling, if you know what a tiefling is. Scarlet skin, carries a giant sword. I mean, generally angry.
Woman.
Have you seen? Yeah, a tiefling carrying a giant sword.
I'm very sorry, but I do
Scarlet
not
and
know
color.
what is a tiefling.
Ah, shit. They look like the devil.
I only know of one devil, and it sucks blood. I do not. I haven't seen a woman who is also a devil.
Who
I
is
mean,
the
she spills a lot of blood, but I don't think she's that.
who is she to you, Ozzy?
But
Is she important? Is she a criminal? You're after?
she's my girlfriend.
Is she a good person? That's all that matters.
She's the best. She's generally angry, but she's a good person.
So the burgomaster here in
So,
Barovia doesn't know her, so probably she's in Balaki.
maybe,
Yeah,
but
you're right.
Ismark Ismark pats you in the back, and I'm very sorry, my friend, but I do not know of this person. Uh yes. The problem is if she's not in this realm, you might not find her ever because we cannot pass through this place.
What? What? I know. I know the story. It's already said. Yeah, but I do have an in with the people who might, so perhaps they could put in a good word for me. But I do have to find her.
Who? Who told you this?
Uh, are you familiar with Stanimir?
Are you talking out loud?
Yeah. I'd like to
Oh,
think that they are known people here.
you noticed that the three women listens attentively when you said Stanimir. Noticing them,
What?
they look like they're also in gypsy attire. And then they are also looking at Tanuki right now. And they wave back. Oh my god! So this very beautiful man is here.
Yeah. Yeah, I get a good vibe from Tanuki. He seems like
And
a good.
he's a very sexy man. So anyway, as ano as you mentioned that Stanimir, as you mentioned Stanimir, Ismark says, You've been have you been dealing with the Vistanis?
Yeah. And noticing, do I like, do I, before I say yes, look, but judging by his look, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Before I say yeah out loud.
Make an insight check.
Okay. Not
Sorry,
20.
Kaya.
Fine.
Oh, it's very obvious in his face that he doesn't trust Vistanis.
As I'm going to say
See,
yeah, I say
as you say that, he looks nervously at the three women, then looks straight you in the eye and says, "Do not trust those people. They are not trustworthy. They work with the devil."
I second this. I second this motion. I engaged in the studies draft with them. Then
Oh yeah,
got teleported 100 years later. Don't trust those people.
they might have told you
uh
lies in order for you to enter Barovia.
Me, I've
they
noticed
told me
them
that
in and out.
they wanted to save.
What?
Yeah, but I don't know why.
Yes, they go in and out of Barovia.
But
They are the only people who could enter and leave Barovia.
Yeah, that's quite suspicious.
the other time I found them in the woods, a monster attacked our village.
So I see that we're all connected by the Vistanis.
Seems so.
And the woman
I
at
mean,
the back says,
usually
the woman at the
I'm
back says, "What what about Vistanis?" And she stares at Ismark like daggers, and Ismark starts to cower.
Why are you intimidating our
Oh my
massive
god.
friend?
Ismark, you really are a lesser. You are the
Yeah, you're
lesser
so funny.
burgomaster. By the way, I am a Vistani and I do own this establishment. So that's what the woman says. You see a blonde, pretty woman, and her name is Alenka. My name is Alenka.
Jonathan.
I own this establishment. We Vistanis are trustworthy. Not everyone is sham.
I brought inside check if she's standing.
Oh, make an insight check.
They are good or not. And then uh, or
She seems like she's telling the truth. I am a Vistani. I own this business. And I do believe that we are trustworthy people. Right? Right, Mirabel? And right, Sorvia? And they all agree.
and then my dear Alenka. Alenka? So you are good Vistanis and there are also bad Vistanis?
Of course. Just as there are good people and bad people in the world.
Yeah, you're right. It's basically fundamental truth. So what do you think of this Strahd that they say as a monster?
Strad. Strad is just a misunderstood person. He's not really bad. Like he's our prince. He's very powerful. And without him, Barovia would be in disaster right now.
What does bad Vistanis?
Just as bad humans. They kill, they murder, they steal. But we are not bad.
Ismar is you telling the truth?
Ismark is quiet. It looks like Ismark zipped his mouth.
What do I roll an insight check. Regarding their relationship, what do I
Make an insight check. Anyone who wants to roll insight check and roll. Sorry guys. Huh?
three?
I'll make one.
Pieces. 6.
Dirty 20.
Okay.
19.
2019. You both guys find that rocky ang relationship sa mga Vistanis o sa mga Barovians. And it seems like Barovians look at Strahd as the devil, while Vistanis look at Strahd as someone who is misunderstood and might be a hero, or probably some Vistanis might see him as a powerful dictator, yet without him, kay Barovia might fall into peril or might be destroyed without him.
So personally, I will hold my judgment against the Vistanis. Tell Alenka that I'm sorry, Alenka, if I
Yes,
that all are you are
of
bad.
course. Even Tanuki knows that we give good services.
How do you think we can help Smart's sister then of this affliction that happened to her?
What?
I asked the opinion of Alenka, how can we help Ismark's sister?
Ismark says, shh, shh. Gakurog ang kamot ni Ismark. Don't talk
Are there
about
any rooms here?
my sister.
Then how do they react to that statement?
As you said that, what do you mean problem? I'm sure it's just it's just a huge misunderstanding.
Probably. Maybe just a man that she fell in love with.
You know what? If you want us to prove that we're not really bad, you better go to our leader, Madame Eva. She knows a lot.
Where does she live?
She's on the
Manang kuhan, di ba?
outskirts. Yes?
PM, di ba? Manang name na gimension ni Stanimir.
Yeah. That's what Stanimir said.
Okay.
You better, Madame Eva.
Eva.
Eva. EVA. She is the leader of all the Vistanis. And I'm sure she will vouch that not all Vistanis are bad.
Why are you so adamant about proving that you're not bad?
Well, you said that we're bad people.
Okay. Then
She seems very defensive.
I say okay in a very friendly way. Yes, again.
Okay.
We'll probably visit Madame Eva soon.
Okay. That's good.
Then I return.
And Tanuki, would you like another massage tonight?
Next time.
Yeah. What can you offer us? Tanuki has offered us something.
I don't know.
We own this establishment. So should we give our service to you if you're not going to pay?
Yeah, well, how much?
I get up and bow down, curtsy in front of Alenka and say,
But hey, are you a bar? Are you a bar?
yes, and I would like to offer my services to your fine establishment. I see that you're lacking a talent and I'd like to offer something.
Oh, wonderful, wonderful. Alenka, I know, I'm Alenka. Mirabel, let's watch this very fine yet a bit thin for our liking. Perform for us.
I cheer for Ozzy, clanking my shield with my sword. Ozzy, Ozzy.
You're too kind.
Ga- yung butterflies kayo, wala ga flutter. Oh, he's got
Uh,
cute things being around him. It's very adorable, but we're not going to offer unless you pay us. Okay? You pay us first. And yeah,
what
you're welcome
if I
to join us tonight. Yeah, so anyway, yeah, so are you going to perform?
Do you does
yeah, I'm just seeing that it's a one man show. I'll do the one man band thing na while ga play ko sa own lute kay ga drum ko with my feet. Ayan. And I play a song na pang it's giddy,
Oh,
happy sa mga
not that. So anyway, you're
Ah?
gonna play Tavern.
Taylor Swift?
Are you carrying your lyre? Do you have a lyre right now?
Lute. I always have
Okay,
my lute, my trust.
let's just say you played the music tonight.
Ga play ko Cruel Summer.
So I was just
Yeah.
checking if it works.
And trying to make the music heard outside so that other patrons may join.
Can I rest while he plays? Can I?
Yeah, so anyway, because of that, because of your services, the three maidens who owns the bar decided to offer one night's rest for the party.
That's great.
Oh, by the
Thank you.
way,
That's
before you do that, make a performance check. The eye, sorry, I should have asked.
oh, it's okay. It's 17.
Yeah, so given that napay other services, dili na niya ma-offer ang massage. Pero they give you rooms for the night.
Ano
So
man,
probably
kung ano yung admin.
so what is Maki doing, by the way? Also si Maki ko. She's just drinking.
Wala. Just drinking, lost in thought, being mysterious.
Lost in thought.
Before we go to sleep, Derek, I approached Maki and I tell her, "Is it okay if I sit down?"
I don't answer.
I sorry, I signed wala. I signed the bartender to bring another picture. This one's on me. Don't drink too much. And I say, whenever we wanna talk, you can talk to me. They say that. One
Wait,
minute lang.
that.
What?
Hello.
What did Maki say?
Or na lang, kay walay tao. Okay.
I just
Okay, thank you.
turn my head away from him and continue on drinking.
I say that if ever you want to talk to someone, you can always talk to me. They say I'm a good listener. And I promise not to make it a story in my new screenplay. But I just want to say that you're not alone. And I used to be alone before I found Hella.
Oh my god, is this another love story?
No.
Is this a real love story
And I
for
found that bago na pa. And I found that talking with someone is actually a lot better than being alone. And with that, I leave.
you what? You leave?
Yeah, that's the last thing I say. And I just drink a glass of wine and leave the picture. And yeah, I go back to play.
Okay.
I'll probably stay by the bar.
You're not going to sleep?
I'll sleep, pero probably sa bar lang.
I'm taking the whole room.
Okay, so we have two more rooms. Drinking.
In a
A
track.
lot.
I tell Ozzy that, hey Ozzy, I think this burgomaster we can still gain some more information from this from Ismark. And maybe we should still talk. Yeah, I'm still high from the battle earlier. And may mag-roll ko kung sa alcoholic drunk na ako.
Sige. Kindly roll na lagyan po ng constitution for you. Since it's been a long time, you should roll a consti.
Ako?
I think, yeah. And then gisa ka naman si Maki ani na time, no?
Yeah, I quickly down the other picture and move up to the room.
Okay.
11.
Mag-costi roll ko?
You seem tipsy,
But
but you're still okay.
so I
Con save si Ozzy.
Not good. Kwan lang. 10.
Well, you're both tipsy. So mura mag-drunk talk bitaw. Okay naman, let's go to
Deko Bogbay.
let's go to Ismark.
Not drunk.
Mo to naka sa room.
Yeah, go with him.
Okay, so what are you doing?
Mag-check ko sa mga
I talked to Samuel. I think I might have something that might help us. And I go to the master. And
You go to
I
the what?
cast charm. The
To
Burg
Ismark.
master.
Okay.
Yeah. And I cast charm person.
What?
Yeah,
Okay. Wait lang.
that's one. It's ano siya, wisdom saving throw. I put my
Wait lang.
hand around his shoulder and say, "Aren't we friends?" Like I sing it.
Kailan kong save wisdom save against
Wisdom save against 14. And I put my arm around his shoulder and say, I just sing, "You've got a friend in me. You got a friend in me." So that's how I cast my charm person.
Okay. I rolled a dexterity save, no?
Wisdom.
Sorry. Wisdom save. Okay. Okay. He seems entranced. Burag, he drank a lot of alcohol and liquor. It feels like he is under your spell. And he's like, what? Why are you? Mura siya na-shock na naamong duha suddenly. What do you
Oh,
tell
I
him?
just wanted to drink with my favorite burgomaster. A word that I just learned today. And
As you said that, he starts weeping. He's like, Burgomaster, they even call me the lesser. I'm not yet ready to hold my father's. He seems inconsolable currently, but he's under your chance.
I said, it's okay. It's a big shoe to fill. But if it's okay, me and my friend have some questions we need answered. So I asked Samuel, go ahead. What do you want?
Anything you need me to say, just please help me. I don't know what I'm doing. This town is out of my control.
Of course.
I asked him, who is Madame Eva?
Madame Eva, she is the oldest being in Barovia next to Strahd.
Estimate on how much old?
Nobody really knows. I don't even know how old she is, but I know Strahd is the oldest. Well, Strahd is undead. Well, Madame Eva is still living, but she's quite old.
Then I look to to Ozzy, eye to eye lang na he can ask the next question.
I
Okay.
wanna ask
Mag-save ba Kwani
about
always?
Strahd, everything he knows. If we harm you, it goes on for an hour. Kung walay harm na mahitabo sa imo, you're under the charm
Okay.
spell.
Well, you have to
Pero
ask
if
the
like
question. You can't just say
na
what is everything that you know about it. Probably he just say
ah,
Strahd is the devil. He's the worst. Because of him, my father is dead. I
what has he
haven't
done
even
to your
buried my
father?
father yet. This sucks. I haven't even buried him yet. He's still in. The body of my father is in our house, and he stinks right now. We need to bury him as soon as we can.
Do you want me to help you bury your father? I am a strong man.
Yes, of course.
We will help.
That's one of the
We will
things I want you guys to help me. Okay? Yes.
What are the
anything.
other
This town is a ghost town. Everybody's afraid of Strahd. And if they're not afraid, most of them are already dead.
Then we'll bury him in daylight. I'll try to wake up early. I can wake up.
Yes, besides that, besides my father who is dead, there is a lot of undead in this place. And I haven't even solved that problem yet. That's the problem of my father, and it's passed down to me. And now a lot of villagers has gone missing because apparently, I don't know, someone's been kidnapping villagers as well. There's a lot of problems in this place.
There.
He continues to cry.
Do you have
One
other
problem at
version?
Do you really promise? Are you going to help me? Please help.
Start with your father.
Yes. Okay. Do you have any more questions? He's sobbing right now. He's crying. And you notice
I
that
asked
the three Vistanis are laughing. They're they look at his mark as if he's a failure.
uh I asked about what Strahd did to his father. Why does he keep blaming Strahd?
What is the cause of that your father did?
My father has a weak heart. Strahd has been visiting our house for a couple of days now. Apparently, he is entranced with Irina. I don't know why, but I think Strahd wants Irina. And we've barred our doors, we've barred our windows just so that nobody could enter. A number of zombies, a number of wolves tried to enter our house. And yes, my father couldn't take it. That's why his heart gave out. He just died of a heart attack.
You want to avenge your father?
Anong kataas?
That's Irina. That's Irina. Does Irina like Strat to be with Strat?
No. Who would want to be with a vampire? I don't know. No, of course not. Irina hates the thought. But yeah, Strahd has been visiting her.
Ozzy.
No more questions?
Uh,
I've been answering so much because of your spell. This
Like,
sucks.
uh, we will help you, but as they say, if you're good at something, don't do it for free. So, what can you offer us for our help?
Oh no. My town is very poor. I don't know how much I can sum up, but I'll try my best to give you compensation.
Well,
I
how
can't
about you?
I can't say an amount of money, but for now I can say is that I will try to give compensation. Is it enough?
You know what? Whatever you can try to sum up, it'll be enough.
Okay.
And we continue to drink, and just before the spell wears off, I say, you know what? it's been a long night. I'll take you home, and I'll just
You're gonna
walk
take
him
him home.
out. Yeah, I'll take him home.
Okay. 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 You guys are here. Blood of the Vine Tavern.
Mm-hmm.
So far, as you start to assist, since Ismark is so drunk, you start to assist him out of the house. So as you go out, it's already late at night. What time is it? It's around 8 or 9
Afternoon
p.m.
namin ako man. Sa House of Durst.
At 9 p.m. While they're doing this, what are you doing, Tanuki?
Ha?
Silvos.
Silvos?
Sumayin kay Silvos.
Ay, wait lang, okay. Upon checking sa kung mga materials,
Just as
symbol.
Asian people do. They organize things.
All symbol, okay.
Ah,
Yung
okay.
ganun na chapel.
Tumato ka sa chapel.
Input ko.
So as you go down, I think within that arc, Gastorya pa sila kay Ismark. So ginaog ka sa tavern. Are you kumuban mo?
Silvos. Am I fully healed?
No.
No.
Oh, you still feel down. Well, you have potion if you want.
I will also use one spell slot, first level spell slot to healing words. No.
Healing word ni mo si
Kasi who's trying to heal up?
Silvos
One of
katong
your-
ganito.
Yeah,
Don't
I'll use my first level healing word to heal him. Oh. Sorry. 6 points.
Okay. So 12 points na ka. So don't use your potion anymore. So apparently ganina, I think while he was playing the music, he looked at you. I think
Simultaneously, look.
did you see him while you were playing the music? How did you cast it earlier?
Yeah, through my performance while playing, I saw that he was actually missing a limb, and he looks the most down. So I healed him a little.
Dili nga nila lang, I'll consider it as a song of rest. Pero anyway, yeah, song of rest naman na kay we were resting a while. So roll additional d6. I-add ko ng iyahang healing word na lang.
Ay, naku, mas
Yeah.
laki na this.
Additional d6.
6 points.
2, kuya.
So 8 plus 8. So 20 naman life.
Yay! Okay, I'll go with you.
So as they were talking, you guys go down. Okay, so you see them walk down and then probably wala ninyo sila gimain. And then they go out of the tavern. So you look at this and okay, so I'm going to introduce the church a bit. So what you see atop a slight rise against the roots of the pillar stone that supports Castle Ravenloft. So technically behind the church is the Castle Ravenloft, stands a gray sagging edifice of stone and wood. The church has obviously weathered the assaults of evil for centuries on end and is worn and weary. A bell tower rises towards the back and flickering light shines through the holes in the shingled roof that rafters strain feebly against the load. So as you guys approach the church, let's go back. So gidol mo sa church, you see the familiar light from the graveyard going up towards the mountain. So since Silvus is there, I'm going to describe what Silvus is seeing. So an eerie green light suffuses the graveyard. From this light emerges a ghostly procession. So images of women toting dalaw great swords, wood wise men with slender bows, dwarfs with glittering axes, archaically dressed mages with beards and strange pointed hats. All of them, hundreds of people, ghosts. The procession pasaka paingon sa castle of Ravenloft. And you notice that Tanuki is not surprised as he looks at the procession of ghosts, starting from the graveyard. So this is the graveyard, basically, guys. So going up here at this direction, what's happening?
Um, those, stuff. You just go straight to the mountain or to the castle. Can we talk to them or can we not? Um,
You-
I thought that they won't want to fly in class. I think how about we would try?
Where sila sad looking, na murag pasaka sila tanan sa
That's
pasaka sa mountain.
ghastly magic is my coverage. I don't deal with those. I only deal with the danger.
So basically, you see the church, and then at the back you see a trail of ghosts going towards the castle.
So I'll approach.
So distant.
Are you going to knock?
No. We'll check sa ako sa window. You know the window.
Do anything?
So na yung window. As you look into the window, you see a man, a familiar man, si Donovich. He is weeping, crying currently.
Okay, I'll just wait na lang. Wait lang. I will go inside.
You knock.
Yes. I probably
So as you knock, who is that?
It's me, Tanuki.
Wait, excuse me. The door opens and you see a man. This is Father Donovich. He is the town priest, and he's quite different from the last time you saw him. Mas pula yung mata, and he coughs a lot. What's the problem? What is the problem?
Oh, sorry mo crying. What's happening?
Well, life does happen. Life happens.
Okay.
I'm sure you know what happened to my boy, right? He is sick.
Did you catch it?
Well, he's dead now.
What happened?
He's dead. Make a persuasion check. Do you want to ask what happened?
Well, very well.
Okay. Persuasion.
So 16. You 11.
Eh, Well, his affliction is too much for his body, and I had to put him down. This world, anyway, is godless. I don't believe in God anymore. I don't know. I'm a priest. But this sanctuary doesn't feel like sanctuary anymore.
What's the romance?
Wala may bata. Okay, so you go back.
The transform ang priest.
So you don't have anything else.
Can you see his body?
Why do you need to see the body of my son? Do you know him?
Why do you have a son? Wait, ano ka ano? You're a priest
Well, priests could have children.
in your world.
This is the only world I know, and we could have children.
It's quite different from my finish.
I'm very sorry. But yes, I could have children if I want. And I'm very sorrowful with the fact that my child is gone from this world. So as you do that, you leave. Make a perception check for both Ozzy and Samuel.
Perception check.
Yes. You don't
Ah.
notice.
Dirty 20. Finally.
Oh, I think Samuel was so busy taking care of Ismark right now, but Ozzy was the first person to look at the mountain. And apparently, at this point, at this time, at around 8 or 9 p.m., you notice that the fog has started to lift, and you see Castle Ravenloft, and you see, Kani, this is Castle Ravenloft, procession of light, a glow of green light going up to the castle.
Oh, look, Samuel, a parade.
How do I perceive that kind of type? Is it covered and good ba siya or like where does it look evil?
It seems too far away for you guys to notice that it's humans. Pero, would you point that to Ismark?
Yeah, like, hey dude, what's that? We asked him.
Oh, Ismark looks. That is the March of the Dead.
When he said that, he used the last of my divine sense.
You notice.
When he said that,
You know what? Around 60 feet at this town, it's everywhere.
then
It's not just at that direction, but it's also in the houses.
look straight into Ozzy's face and say, straight to his eyes and say, what the fuck?
Ano din si
What?
Ismark? Ismark says na, did you hear it? What he said? He says, what the fuck?
Yeah. And like hearing what why? What do you mean what the fuck? It looks fun. March of the Dead. It has a theme.
Because of the use of the word dead and using my divine sense, can I sort of awaken from my tipsiness?
Yeah, feeling na ko at this point, murakag, what the hell?
You look at me.
It's
Ozzy,
everywhere. It's everywhere.
My face like age quickly. It looks like I've seen a ghost, and I told you, they're everywhere, Ozzy. They're everywhere. And I'm very serious. I'm so worried.
Ismark looks at you.
I'm a bit scared. Like it's very weird for you to see a dragonborn, fiercely looking creature-ish. And looks very worrying.
Hey,
Okay.
what are you talking about?
I look at him and back to
Ismark?
Back to see.
As you look at Ismark is smirking and he's like, clearly, you're really not from here. In Barovia, the dead is everywhere, and that is the March of the Dead. Those are the warriors that failed before. They march towards the castle as a sign of. It's a thing. It's a recurring thing every night. They go up there and then they go back down there to their graves. They are the warriors who fought against Strahd and failed.
I'll try to regain my calmness when I say and then say seriously to Ozzy. Don't understand, Ozzy. I can sense evil things. They're like it's like smelling something so bad and it's everywhere. I can sense within 60 feet from here that they're everywhere. Danger is everywhere, Ozzy.
I see dead people.
Not just ghosts. Fiends, di ba fiends will also are
Fiends and Fae.
they
Aberrations.
Parisians. There's a thing. Escorting this man we might encounter, we have to be very careful. And not just
Oh my
for us, for our friends.
So you're still here.
And we're
Yeah.
carrying Mark.
By the way, in the middle of the street, you see a well, by the way. This is a well. Like in the middle. And then as you go down, you look at this house. You see that it looks like a store, but it's closed down currently. And then as you pass down here, going down here, you hear loud crying from a house.
Is the crying a child?
Oh, don't mind that. That is just Mad Mary. She cries every night.
Why? Why does she cry?
You know what?
That's
It's not my business. If I were you, you need to talk to her on another day because you might help her as well.
What do you know about it? Just give us a gist of what you know.
She lost something that is very important to her.
Seems like that's a recurring theme in this town.
It's a thing. Yes. Everybody loses a lot in Barovia.
Okay, then after
So-
you said that, we continue walking towards his house.
As you continue, this is just a few steps. Dili gyud siya a long walk. It's like ano lang, murag naragit sa end sa dalan. And then you really notice that it is the biggest house here in Barovia. So you look at a weary-looking mansion squatting behind a squats behind a rusty iron fence. The iron gates are twisted and torn. The right gate lies cast aside, while the left swings lazily in the wind. The shutter squeals and clangs of the gate repeats with mindless precision. You see weeds choke the ground and press with menace upon the house itself. Yet against the wall, the growth have been tramped down to create a path all about the domain. And then looking at around the house, you see heavy claw marks that strip the once beautiful furnished walls. And you see black marks that telling that fires have assailed the mansion before. Not a pane nor a shard of glass stands in any window. All the windows are barred with planks, each one marked with stains of evil omen. So you notice that this mansion have been through hell. If you see Durst house before, inviting, welcoming, kani siya na house kay murag yun siya haunted house. So what do you do?
Is Mark is your sister inside?
Of course, she's waiting for me.
So you should answer that. When I look at that, is this what you mean that you've been attacked by monsters?
Every night. But since my father died, no monster have come.
How many days has it?
2 days since my father passed.
Where do you want us to bury him tomorrow?
Of course, across town, right in the cemetery. I'm circling it, the cemetery.
So
Right across town.
here tomorrow.
You know what?
Help you carry.
Guys, it's like a job for tomorrow. I don't want to go
Yeah.
near ghosts right now.
I'll make a plan how to bury the early morning or
Yes.
first light of the morning. Meet me sa cemetery, then bury the father there. Okay,
Okay, first light.
first night.
It's already 9 p.m. So I think first light is what? 4, 5, 6? Around that time. Okay. She knocks at the door. Nobody answers. And then she knocks again. Irina, it's me. And it is Irina. Yes, wait. Who? Are you sure it's you? Yes, it is Ismark.
He's crying.
And with good people, I'm with good people. I think they're willing to help us, our family. And then what you notice is there's a number of locks open, like shh, shh, shh. And then the door opens and you see a very beautiful woman. Technically, obviously not the same face as Ismark. She's got brunette hair and she looks like she's been through a lot. She's been crying a few days and she's like, "Who are you? Thank you for bringing my brother here."
We just met and we thought that there might be danger along the way. We want to escort your brother because he seems to be a very good person.
He is. He's been bullied by everyone. I'm sure he will be a good burgomaster, right, Ismark? And then Ismark continues to cry.
I believe he will be one someday. Will be good. And we'll help bury your brother tomorrow.
Praise the Dawn Father.
That's my God.
You look. Oh, that's your god. She looks. That's your god. You are the first sign that there is still a Dawn Father in this forsaken land. Right now in Barovia, you are really the first sign.
Faith, young lady, have faith.
And she does the Dawn Father mark, and she I think Nganya Dawn Father mark, and she bows at you, and thank you so much, and good night.
Good night.
And she carries his mark up the stairs, and that's where we're going to end the session, guys. So that's it. I just wanted to introduce everyone. So I think I will end the session now. Guys, thank you for listening in. We're going to end our session. And this is the first session of our game. I hope you follow us as we finish Barovia.